Shut up and sit down.
Hey everybody, Barry here again. Hey everybody, Barry here again. Don't mind the welding hat, I'm not welding. I just didn't comb my hair today. I have no other excuses than that. I'm gonna do some brakes today. That's brand new brakes on the rat rod. Of course, this is all CarQuest gear because I work at CarQuest and I rep CarQuest and buy your parts here. So, 2 new calipers, pads. These are silvers. That's all I could get for 05 Explorer or whatever it was. So I guess they just gave up on making parts for those. And brakes. They're well the rotors. I got some wheel studs there because those studs are kind of cookie monstered. So the girls are here doing their thing. They come to hang out with me a little bit. Hi girlies. Hi Lillian. Lily's upset because I got her to pause her YouTube video to take this video. So I'm gonna go get this thing up on a ramp and then I'll take the wheel off. And it's gonna be a little bit time lapse because the girls want to do their thing and I'm here doing my thing and we all need to coexist. Let's get some brakes on it. I just realized this is what your left leg looks like after pushing the clutch in a 60-year-old vehicle. New studs put in, and now I gotta see if the rotors are gonna fit. I'm not exactly sure if they're gonna fit because a lot of custom going on here. This is 31 spline Explorer axles. They're both the short side, which I don't actually know which side. Passenger side maybe. Anyway, they're both short side axles, and I had them machined out for 9-inch Ford ends and bearings. That's what's pressed onto this axle. And I welded on the 9-inch Ford housing ends. I'm not a great welder, laugh all you like. But anyway, and they bolt in just like a 9-inch Ford does. So I don't know if the spacing between the hub flange and the caliper mounting is correct. I have no idea. I didn't have everything to sort of mock it up or make it correct. So I'm gonna put the rotor on, put a couple of nuts on it to hold it flat, see where my calipers bolt on. If anything needs to be spaced out or whatever, if some clearance needs to be made, I don't know. I can stack a washer, like one flat washer in each stud, put the rotor on. It's been done before. Probably not recommended, but it does work just fine. So we'll see that in just a second. Well, I mean, just a second, might as well do it now. Let's see. And for part numbers, YH145422 are the rear rotors. This is 04, 05, or whatever, Explorer Sport Track. The pads, these are only the silvers, but MKD667A. The calipers are here. I'm not sure what part number is on these. Okay, so this says BC, but CarQuest part numbers are 18-B5755 and 18-B5754. And I imagine any of those part numbers will cross up with whatever, but let's pull this open. That's a nice looking rotor anyway. I don't have any brake cleaner here to wash these off right now, but I'll do that at a later time. Oh, I just put that over. Defective. Now, one-handed. I don't want to squat my fingers because I cry like a little girl. Well, that's already not ideal. Huh. So, did the rear end come out of something else? Oh, wait, no. Why is this so contrary, I wonder? What is going on with you? So it's striking right here. That's definitely odd. Huh. I don't know what to say about that, actually. I might have to unbolt the side axle here, notch this bolt holes out a bit maybe, or run the grinder along the inside of here, because I'd imagine that's built up with rust quite a lot, but I imagine there's supposed to be a gap there too. Well, while I try to figure that out, I'm gonna go bob it on time-lapse for a little bit, and when I get it sorted out, or it just doesn't work, I'll let you know. Well, I went to put the pads on and I was like, man, this is awfully skinny. Like, look at this. Oh, hey, Cass is here. Hi! Cass. Hello. Why are you not paying attention to me? Hi. She hates me. She really does not like being on camera. But anyway, this is a very skinny pad. And I was like, well, I really gotta look and see, because yeah, dude, that dumb parts guy gave me the wrong brake pads again. Every time. I'm the parts guy. Who do I blame? So I went up front. The nice part about working at a parts store is I can just go up and get the part that I need. Come on. Doing this one-handed. I didn't even get out of my slippers today. I was wondering, I got socks on. Yeah. Nice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot more like it, parts guy. Yeah. Yeah, give me the right parts first time next time. Anyway, so I've got the right brake pads now, so they'll go back in the box and I'll return those in a second. But that still doesn't solve why this is hitting here. I don't like it. And the thing is the hub is centered with the brake caliper bracket. So I can't even change it. So I had to elongate these holes a little bit, which is not a big deal, but you can see that it centers on the bearing. So it can't go this way to get away from the rotor. So I'm either gonna have, it's gone. So I'm either gonna have to put a little notch right where the rotor sits in this hardware or the bracket or whatever, or I'm gonna have to get that rotor machine down. And I don't really have access to a lathe. So something's gonna have to give. I'll see if Tony can get this one on a lathe for me, or these two, and turn them down and take a 1/4 inch off or something. But I still don't know why it's doing that. And I'd really like to know. And I just went over and checked, and the other side does it exactly the same. I've checked around years. Like I checked Mustang, it's got a really narrower rotor, like the height isn't as much. And I've checked older and newer Explorers and Sport Tracks, they're all the exact same diameter rotor. So I have no idea what's going on. So, I don't know. I wouldn't have to notch out very much, only just enough to get it off the rotor. But then I don't know if the pads are gonna sit too far in the rotor this way and strike it there, which I don't think it will, because that's like a lot. But even if it's down that much, I'm not overly concerned, as long as it doesn't strike. I don't know. Well, I've got the bracket trimmed, and I went and trimmed the hardware a little bit just to make it fit. Oh, I lost one. Where'd it go? Anyway, so I got that trimmed up, and the rotor fits. I can rock it a couple different ways, and it's got about a 1/16 inch of clearance. Oh, here it is. I wonder how hot that is. It's not bad. So yeah, that's trimmed up. And now I gotta check the depth. I bolted the caliper on earlier without the rotor, measured where the pads were, then I measured the depth of the rotor, and it seems like it's gonna be pretty close. So let's just snap that on here. Stay. I like how that's sort of a spring fit. Everything fits there really well. So I don't know why I had to trim it. It's kind of annoying. I got a new shirt. So apparently I buy so much Velcro stuff here that there was some sort of a promotion where I got like $40 credit to take things or to buy things. So I got this really cool old school Velcro gasket shirt and 5 pins. So I guess I'm a VIP or something now. Before I go too far modifying stuff here, I've got to make sure this fits. I'm sure it will, but I think this was meant for 16-inch wheels, and these are 15s, so I want to be 100% sure that this is going to work anyway before I go too far. Well, let's do this in real time so you can see the crushing defeat on my face when it doesn't work. Yeah. Oh, I almost dropped the tire. No defeat! It worked. I've realized today that this is, what is this? End April-ish. And I have a lot of work to do. If the truck was done, I'd be driving it now. So I've got a lot of work to do before I can drive this thing when I'd like to be driving it yesterday. Oh, I'm gonna regret not wearing earmuffs. Fits. Now, if I could figure out why the brake pads are all misaligned, I'd be happy. Oh, I'm absolutely lost. Absolutely lost. I have no idea what I'm doing. I even went and grabbed an F-150 caliper, which is this one. From what I can tell, the only difference is the piston size, if that helps anybody with anything. The piston is bigger on an F-150 because of the added weight of the F-150. Still jams up. And from what I can see, where I gouged out my bracket a little bit here, I would have to do the same to the caliper, which I really don't like modifying calipers, so I'm not going to do that. I did have a fella comment on one of my Facebook reels, or shorts, one of it anyway, that Lincoln back rotors are smaller diameter, and that's what he uses with Explorer brakes. I got a set ordered. I got a set of Lincoln rotors ordered, so I think it was like I have a town car, maybe. I guess they don't need the big diameter rotor because it's probably a smaller rim, I don't know. But they are a little bit shallower, like if you sat them down on their end. So might have taken a little bit of modification there, not really concerned. But I got the rotors ordered. I'll just return these because of course they're new unmodified. And hopefully I'll be able to use my Explorer calipers. I imagine there's not something wrong with the brakes themselves. I'm gonna guess that maybe the caliper brackets were offset on the Mustang rear end or the Explorer rear end, pushing the caliper back. And when I put it in that with 9-inch housings on it, it's centered, and that's probably what's giving me my issue. But this is part of modifying stuff. At the moment, looking at this now, after all the work that I did to make it 4 inches narrower, I would have put a complete Explorer rear axle in there. No messing around. I would have changed the gears to 373s, which I think might have already had anyway. I would have just bolted an Explorer variant in it, put a set of wheels on it, done. Forgot about it. Live and learn. Or in my case, just live. But whatever. So, what am I going to do? I wonder. Can I tackle that rear end? Maybe not yet. I've got some wiring I gotta clean up, maybe run some brake lines. I got a lot of that stuff to do. Well, I got a bunch of stuff up front here that I can do. I've got to modify my water pump. Of course, modify, because nothing ever bolts together. All right, water pump stuff. So, don't mind this, my phone is dying. Welcome back to another episode of Barry unnecessarily modifies things in spite of I could just buy the correct part. But it's not always that easy. This is a 160 degree thermostat. I wish I had a part number for you, but I don't know what it was. Anyway, it's an integral piece, and this one takes the thermostat that is not an integral piece. So we can see here that these little tab things just don't fit. So I'm going to line it up with the bolt holes right there and make the mark on the water pump and just kind of burr it out a little bit, because the O-ring is much bigger than the outside of this. So as long as it sits down flush and doesn't have a gap here and the bolts tighten up, well, we're good. Woohoo! We have contact. Just took a little bit of with the thing. So in saying that, I will now be accepting positions for lucrative offers for Best Fabricator Ever award. None of that made sense. Anyway, this will work. This bus, there's a lot of aluminum in the water pump, but I'll blow all that out. I'm not really concerned about that at all. Coming through here, there, everywhere. But how cool is that? Let's get some of that out. Yeah, that's a lot of. We don't need that in the engine, but it's not even that ugly. It's not great. Like I'm not very good at it, but it doesn't contact anything. Goes down with gravity. Mint. Well, this thing is bolted on, and then I realized that I didn't really have to bolt it on because I've got to go and drill a hole here and then tap it for a barbed fitting so that I can put my steam vent on. Let's go over here and have a look at this. So I made my own 4-corner steam vent using one of these on the back, a hose running from it across the intake, or under the intake, into this brass tee with some stainless clamps, and now I'm going to tee it right into the water pump. I usually go pretty much right there, but I might have to sort of do an elbow or something like this because it's going to come straight up. I've got some really neat little fittings. Now, I know for you guys this might be normal, but I've always had to use like a brass quarter NPT down to an 1/8 NPT with a barb on it. It's just a pain. But this one is made for idiocy like this. So I'll run and grab that. So here's the fitting. It is a quarter hose to 1/8 pipe tread. And its part number is CHF11C. And that's going to work just fine. Not that way. Oh, it's upside down now. Anyway, it'll work right there. Good. Where I'm going to drill is going to be right here in the top on the forward side of this casting mark here. I'm not going to disturb that. So, where's my drill? Assuming this bit is good, we'll be good. Ow, the wristy twisty tool strikes again. Oh boy, that was violent. Chill, drill. Ow. You'd swear that I've never touched a drill before. One thing I would absolutely recommend doing is hammering a socket onto your tap, because then you don't have to mess with that stupid T thing. This is a 7mm 12 point and a 1/8 NPT tap. and that worked really well. So let's see if I can force that down there, because I have absolutely no idea what size drill to use with a 1/8 tap. So if anybody has that information and would like to share it, not sarcastically, that'd be sweet. Now, if I was a real gangster, I'd put a drill on this, but not me. Will it work? Woo! It will work. Will I have a socket? Oh, I do. Sick. Well, got a long way to go with the tap. I'd pretty much like to bottom that out. Look at Norris arm coming there, huh? Trap on it! Hit the limiter. Let me turn around. Okay, do it. Do a donut or something, bud. Oh my, he hits the brakes and the brake lights shut off and the signal lights turns on. That's a Chev truck thing. Oh. That's the most Norris arm thing I've seen all day. Oh man. Look at the brake lights on, but it's the signal lights. Jared, you got a ground or something messed up there, buddy. I hope you're watching this video. There you go. That was the coolest thing I've seen all day. He's gonna do something stupid. I might as well film it. Oh, he didn't. That's different. Huh. Oh, there it is. Well, time to bolt the water pump on. So here are the gaskets that I normally use. I'm sure everybody already knows this, but Velcro 35635, and these are the aluminum and rubber O-ring ones. You can get ones that are sort of a paper, but I don't like them at all because they suck. And these are reusable, so that's always good. I've got the truck up on the ramp here and it's kind of hard to get at. Let's bolt this thing on, because it's getting time that I gotta kind of get in gear and stop wasting time. Get some stuff done. So I suppose all these bolts are the same length. Looks like it anyway. Block is cleaned up well. Ish. Well as it's gonna get anyway. The gasket surface is fine. Now, why oh why? I had the water pump way up like this. I was like, why is it not bolting on? But well, apparently I need constant supervision. Oh, yeah, these probably wouldn't hurt either. You know, gaskets tend to help eliminate leaks. So let's do that. Come on, Barry, stop doing dumb stuff. Would have been a laugh though if I went to fire this up for the first time and it poured coolant everywhere. I mean, it would have been a laugh for you guys, and that's what's real. I'll laugh with you at me. One thing that I don't love about doing these gaskets is that if the bolts fall out, then the gasket falls out. And then it's hard to line all up. But also, apparently I whine a lot. Click, click, click. Yep. You guys heard it. Torque to spec. So now I just got to cut this one and sort of run it like that. And I'm gonna use this beat up screwdriver thing because some guy broke into the container out back and this is what he left behind. So, haha, I got your screwdriver. You suck. All right. Let's put this one on. Done. That's it. Now for people doing regular LS swaps, drilling a hole in your water pump is not really necessary because you probably have a radiator that has the nipple on it for the steam vent pipe, or many companies like ICT Billet sell a pipe that you can splice into your upper radiator hose and has the nipple in it. But my rad is going in the pan, so it goes right up against the back of the bed on like a 45-degree angle, and that's a long way to go to put a 10-12 foot piece of hose back to the rad. Is kind of annoying. It's unnecessary. And it's been proven that this method works just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and shut her down here because Cass has a big old pot of chili on at home and it's nice and spicy and it's got the purple kidney beans. I cannot wait. So I'm done with this junk for tonight. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thanks to all new subscribers and YouTube members and patrons. If you want to check out my Patreon, it's patreon.com/stationroadratrods. And the YouTube members link is down here. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, everybody.